Every MIM class elects their MIM council at the beginning of the program. The council is comprised of 8 members, each responsible for a specific area and representing the interests of the entire MIM student body. So could I please ask Clara, Francesca, Cesar, Marcel, Sahil, Marine, Elliot, and Max to stand up so we can give them a round of applause to thank them for their dedication and engagement. And I'll invite Clara and Max to join me on stage to give the MIM Council address. For you.
Ready? Esteemed guests, honored faculty members, and our respected fellow graduates, it is our honor to stand before you today and address you as the representatives of the MIM'24 graduating class. From the cozy streets of Fontainebleau to the bustling cityscapes of Singapore, we are gathered here today to celebrate our remarkable journey through one of the best years of our lives, and also to show gratitude to those who supported us through these 10 months of learning, building friendships, and growing as leaders.
I'll never forget our first meeting in the big amphi with Urs. Urs began telling us about how INSEAD was born, the history of its expansion, and ended by describing our class. He highlighted how we come from over 35 different countries, each of us with different backgrounds and interests, but then paused to comment on the class ratio of male and female. We have a historically high proportion of men to women, but we can do better, he said. He paused, and with a slight smile on his face, mentioned how we could solve the problem immediately. I looked around to see how you all would respond, unsure how to respond myself, but after the class erupted in laughter, I was reassured. I was among people who could not only handle differences in opinions and thoughts, but who embraced it. Since that day, I have witnessed how we built a community on the foundation of inclusion, love, and encouragement. Whether we're discussing climate change or who should clean data for LLM training, our differences make INSEAD the home that it is.
Despite our differences, we always knew how to show up for our peers. After all-nighters at the library, abusing the only color printer in the library, right before an exam, we showed up for each other by sharing our cheat sheets. After one of our fellow classmates asked for help with organizing social dinners, we showed up for each other by offering to be hosts. After our D friends got a rejection for their dream job, we showed up for them by getting them a drink at Freddy's or Espresso. And even when our friends got locked into the relaxation room, we showed up for them with words of comfort. This continuous support is what kept our class together through this intense year, and it's what we believe will keep us together for the next chapter in our lives.
We would like now to express gratitude to those who made this year unforgettable. Firstly, we would like to thank our faculty members for teaching us to think critically, to act confidently, and to lead boldly. Please give them a round of applause. Second, we would also like to extend this gratitude to all the staff and workers on our campuses, people like Ziki at the Freddy's Bar and Pierre the gym guy, as well as everyone else who made our experience at INSEAD possible. Please give them a round of applause. We also want to give a round of applause to thank our deans. Of course, we are extremely grateful for the MIM program management team for making this program what it is. This includes the kind, warm, and dedicated Agatha, who attended to each of our individual needs. Thank you for always being so patient with us and committed to us. We felt your efforts every day and hope you'll accept our gratitude in return. The MIM program is also synonymous with Thibaut Segure. He encouraged us to make the most of the MIM program and helped us maintain our focus on becoming the leaders he knew we could be. Thank you, Thibaut, for putting in all the work behind the scenes and giving your heart and soul to make this program unforgettable. And although she hasn't been on the team for long, we also want to thank Laura for seeing the potential in the program and joining the team for MIM'26 and onwards. So please, give a last round of applause for this remarkable team. Last but not least, we want to thank all of you, our fellow classmates, for motivating us to spingere so that we could not only achieve, but so that we could also become more than who we were 10 months ago. Please give yourselves a big round of applause.
We've all grown tremendously since our first day in Fontainebleau. Babor has a bit less hair on his head, meanwhile Ahmed has a bit more on his face. Some of us have discovered a new passion for Asia, meanwhile others cannot wait to eat a cheap pizza again. But we all share some key lessons to be remembered. The first lesson is that disagreement is a vessel for innovation. Our different cultural backgrounds should be used to engage in debate to offer new perspectives on the world. Just as Timothée, a French student, and Zichao, a Chinese student, came together to solve the issue of students feeling lonely on Valentine's Day, we should bring together our cultures and opinions to solve the problems of tomorrow. The second lesson is to enjoy the journey and not just the destination. Yes, I've cried a lot this year over job rejections, but I've definitely spent a lot more time laughing about them with my peers. That is because although we can get caught up on the end goal, what we discovered by learning our friends' backgrounds and their motivation for being at INSEAD has taught us so much more about life than any job can, and I'm forever grateful to each and every one of you for teaching me that. The final key takeaway is on how to become a force for good. We've all at some point this year taken initiatives to help our community on top of our workload. From organizing peer tutoring sessions to offering mock interviews and cases between students, we've all learned how to give and receive help from each other. That's what being a force for good is, and it's what makes INSEAD special. Although we'll now be branching out to all parts of the world, we trust that anywhere we go, we can count on a fellow MIM to reminisce about old memories together and talk about future plans.
So, what's next? Some of us are off to become the president of Slovenia, while others cannot pursue a political career because of their meme journalism. Some of us are off to Pakistan and may never be heard from again, while others may end up on Time magazine for their contributions to business development in Africa. And maybe some of us, if we're lucky, will finally get a stronger passport. Who knows? And frankly, I think that not knowing excites me most. I could never have guessed that I would cut an Indian prince's hair, get a full facial tutorial from a Chinese influencer, or have a group made up of a Belgian, Indian, Italian, and Swiss Frenchie feel so much like a family. As Russell from the Disney Pixar film Up says, adventure is out there, and it really is. We're just getting started. We may get into a bind out here or there, but that's when you know one call to a certain Pakistani will make all of your problems disappear. Thibaut told us that things would fly by, and they have. And I hope you stop to take stock of what was around you and express gratitude. Here we are at the end, so I hope you enjoyed the journey. I hope you enjoyed the good, the bad, and the ugly. Most of all, I hope you changed along the way because of who you met here. As Philippe Aghion would say, things only get better as we exchange ideas and engage across borders. I love you all, and I mean it. I hope you all go out there and be the difference to everyone else that you have been to me. And go secure those rents that you deserve while you're at it. Thank you.
Thank you, and merci, Clara and Max. When I get back to France Monday morning, I'm going to tell Pierre, the gym guy, that he made it into the commencement speech. I'm pretty sure that will be the first, maybe not the last. It's now my pleasure, Thibaut, to turn it over to you. Thibaut Séguré, the MBA-12J alumnus and director of the MIM program. Thibaut is one of the founders of the program, a former entrepreneur, and as I just said, an INSEAD alum. During the past 5 years, Thibaut has directed and shaped the program with dedication and passion, guiding 4 cohorts of MIM students through the experience that is INSEAD. And I might add, ensuring that the Masters in Management is now a very key part of INSEAD's identity. Welcome to the stage, Thibaut.
Thank you, Mark.